Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Lucky Luch here. Happy New Year, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, baby. If you're in the US, absolutely insane start to the year. I just gotta say it and just throw it out there with this whole Venezuela situation. Anyway, I hope all my viewers, subscribers, families, and friends, I hope all your goals and manifestations come true. I always thought manifestation was all about setting an intention and taking action. Apparently, that's not every case. So the other day I was at the movies this weekend. I saw 2 movies this weekend, and that is the main subject of this video. While I was at one of those movies, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, hey, can I use your iPad? Because I noticed that you don't use it a lot. I wanted to get like a dual screen set up inside my room. Fast forward to today, I'm cleaning my room, and I decided to do like a little bit of an overhaul where I move everything, like I take everything like my standing desk off my regular desk. I move all my monitors and stuff, and I'm getting in there. I'm like cleaning all the little dust bunnies and wiping things down or whatever, put everything back together, and I'm about to finish up. And I like do one of these to go move something, and I knock over the vacuum. The vacuum then knocks into my desk, which knocks into my monitor, sends it off of the stand that I have it on, onto my lamp, and all this stuff happened in it's like 12 steps, but I all saw it unfold in like 5 seconds. And literally everything that I finished cleaning up all fell apart, put it back together, and that's how my screen looked when I turned it back on. I got another monitor from the thrift store down the block, and I'm missing a cable for it. So annoying. And then I went to Staples and got another monitor for like 30% off or something like that. And I just ordered the cables for this other one online. So hopefully we're going to look like something like this soon, just a little bit more active, which is so nice for a couple of other things that I wanted to do for the new year. So yes, I saw 2 new movies this weekend, and I want to talk about them both because they're both completely different from each other. And they're both, I guess, vibe setters to things that I want to explore this year as far as movies go. Since this is my channel, I don't do like a letterboxed 5-star rating system, though you can add me at Lucky Luch Reyes on Letterboxd. And I don't do like a out of 100, like a Rotten Tomatoes, or out of 10 like most people do. I do this. I have a scale of words. It's my channel, my takes, my rules, baby. So let's get into it. So the first movie I want to talk about is We Bury the Dead. This is an Australian mystery horror movie directed by Zach Hilditch, starring Daisy Ridley. My hype and my expectations were pretty high for this movie, which is weird because I didn't really know much about it. I didn't even know it was being made. And I think it's because there's so many horror movies that are slated to come out in 2026 that I am excited for. Ready or Not 2, 28 years later, The Bone Temple, which I'm extremely hyped for. I think it comes out in 2 weeks or something like that. There's probably a couple others that I just aren't coming to mind right now, but those 2 are definitely at the top of my list. So seeing Daisy Ridley, an actor that I like and respect, seeing zombies, I'm like, oh my God, are we going to see her be like a zombie ass-kicking final girl? That would be really cool. And the fact that this movie's coming out in January makes it better. So I'm like, oh, this is coming to the theater soon. Your boy was hype. Just to give you guys a quick synopsis, Daisy Ridley plays a character named Ava, who she's kind of struggling a little bit in her marriage, and her husband has a business trip out in Australia. There was an accidental testing of a bomb that exploded and killed a bunch of people, and Ava's husband was near the area where this bomb went off. Ooh. So she joins a group of volunteers to go recover bodies. As they are going through with this volunteering service, they get word that some of the bodies are coming back alive. So I'm like, yo, this is gonna be fucking sick, because I'm thinking about what I just said in the beginning of this video. This is good. This is gonna be kick-ass zombie movie. This girl's gonna look for her husband, and maybe he might make it alive, and they'll come back together, and everything will be good. And that is not what we got here. There is gonna be some light spoilers here, so you've been warned. I feel like this movie was reheating The Leftovers of 28 years later. Y'all know I gushed over that movie. I've made a couple videos on it. What the 28 franchise, right, was really doing here is, at first it was a gory, scary movie with some, some heavy hitting themes on it. And then the second one was just a gore fest, right? A scare fest. With those other movies coming out, having a movie that was studying change, loss, humanity, and was like beautifully shot and well done and emotional, at least for me it was it gave you this world, and it set it up over the course of a couple movies. So going into it, you already know things are happening and what's good. And the fact that they went this philosophical route on the third movie was, one, really refreshing, and two, you're able to do that due to the world building. The first like 5-10 minutes of the movie, it's kind of like rushed through. It tells you, hey, look, the bomb exploded, things happened, and you're immediately with Ava going to Australia. So they blew by all that real quick. And they also had a cool needle drop, Pursuit of Happiness, Kid Cudi. I'm a Kid Cudi fan. I got that dude's lyrics tatted on me. What I'm expecting, plus the Cudi needle drop, your boy is hype and locked in. I thought this was going to be like a fast-paced zombie movie, and it really turns into an exploration movie where, Ava is pretty much on this mission to find her husband, to get closure. This movie is about closure. This movie is about relationships. This movie is about loss. This movie is about humanity as well. And that's where the reheating the leftovers comes in, for lack of a better term. But this movie doesn't take the steps that 28 years later took. This doesn't honestly take the steps a lot of horror movies take, because it becomes more of a drama, and you're just like following this character that is going through this time in her life that's very difficult, and it just happens to have some type of undead element with it. Overall, I found this movie to be beautifully done. Like, it was well shot and it looks really good, but it was just very slow paced. I felt like some scenes in this movie like overstayed their welcome, where I'm like, all right, I think we get the point about being here. Like, can we move this a little bit? There's like little to no action. There are some scenes that are a little bit intense, but you don't really get that nervous feeling, that sense of anxiety that the 28 franchise has. You get a so-so ending. So overall, I just found this movie to be a little bit stale, a little slow, and wanting more. Like, I just came away from this being like, I just ultimately think like this wasn't for me. Maybe I'm not the audience for this movie, even though I thought I was. Wish they would have played more with the undead element instead of having it kind of be a symbol, if that makes any sense. I think I'm going to go with an okay, because I don't think this is a bad movie. I think this movie has a lot of potential, but ultimately, like, I don't think I would tell somebody to watch this. And that's how I rate a lot of my movies, right? Like, would I watch this again, or would I tell somebody to watch this, or maybe watch this with somebody? And I don't think it has any of those, but like, it was a cool experience. I think it was a nice experiment of a movie. Avatar, Fire and Ash, directed by one of the GOATs, James Cameron, starring a whole squad of people. I mean, right? Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang. I mean, this movie, y'all, this movie kicks ass. I mean, every Avatar movie kicks ass, right? But, my dad wanted to see this for his birthday, so, I hopped on the AMC app immediately, got tickets in advance. 3D IMAX. We sat towards the middle in like one of the last rows, which was so clutch when I had to go to the bathroom. What an achievement. Each one of these movies is just visually stunning. For 3 hours, you're looking at something that is not real. Nothing in that movie is real. The Pandora, not real. The Na'vi, not real. The animals, not real. The ocean, not real. The tanks and like, none of that stuff is real, and it looks real. It looks real. And this movie, I don't remember the Avatar movies having so much action. I had to go watch a Screen Crush video of a recap because, dude, I don't remember anything from these Avatar movies, bro. And even though they don't seem to make an impact culturally when we talk about film, you just watch it and you're like, oh, yeah. This movie was just nonstop action. I just felt like every few minutes it was like something sad happened, something happy happened, and then it was time to prepare. Like, they were perpetually preparing for physical combat the whole movie. Like, you just knew like something happy was gonna happen, Something sad was going to happen. People were going to fight. And then bringing the fire Navi into this was an excellent idea. They are badass. They are savage-like. They are feral. They don't care about nobody. In this movie, the fire Navi get introduced to guns, and they love it. They call the guns thunder. And they tell Corporal, yo, bring me thunder. Fire. Literal. Even at one point, the queen of the fire Navi, who's low-key fine, by the way, says something like, we don't suck on the breast of failure. Bars. Absolute bars. Yeah, this movie was just nonstop, 3.5 hours long. It barely felt like that. I did have to go pee. But yeah, besides that, like, I think that's the only time, like, the timing hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a really long movie. It's like, I gotta pee right now. The 3.5 hours go by so quick. There's like 2 or 3 different fights. So many things. This is like 6 movies in one. That's how you really feel, because it's just such an experience. One moment they're flying in the sky, then they're swimming in the ocean, then they're in the forest. Like, there's just so many dimensions to this series. I absolutely love this movie. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes says. Yeah, 66 on the tomato meter, 90% audience score. Yeah, I'm with the 90%, baby. The other thing I really got from this is, I'm like, yo, humans are so invasive. We just pull up and destroy. Like, yo, y'all been fighting the Navi for 3 movies now. Get over it, dog. You're not taking their resources. You're not taking over their land. You can't even breathe the freaking air. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna have to die with the earth and let the cool humans live here. That's really how I feel at this point. Like, 3 movies. 3 movies and you still have not taken over Pandora. Just stay home. Stay home on the rotting earth. Like, yeah, we did this to ourselves. And we gotta pay for the consequences of our actions. But yeah, man, this is awesome. Zoe Saldana plays Neytiri, I believe her name is. There's some moments in this movie where she says some pretty unhinged stuff. She has a couple scenes in this movie where, yo, she's kicking absolute ass. Just the fighting in this movie was just so epic. That's the only thing I could really think of. Like, when this movie ended, I'm sitting there next to my dad. I'm like, yo, we gotta sit here for a few minutes and, like, unpack what we just saw, because that was absolutely epic. And my dad was like, yeah, I've never seen so much violence, like, just so much action in my life. Like, that movie was just non-stop action. Every scene, somebody is doing something to get a step somewhere. Absolutely insane, man. I don't even think I rated this one. I've just been talking about it. This movie is awesome, y'all. On the Lucky Luch scale, what are we going to give it? Are we going to go absolutely fantastic? I feel like that's overdoing. I feel like that's giving too much into the hype. I'm going to give this a great. Fire and Ash. I'm going to give it a great, y'all. This was so much fun. Like, see this. Pay the extra money for the IMAX 3D. Get the biggest thing of popcorn. Go with the family member. Go with the date. And enjoy this, because this movie was so much fun, y'all. The VFX people that do all the rendering and stuff, y'all are the MVPs of these movies. They're absolutely incredible to look at. I think that's it for today's video, y'all. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy New Year. Let me know what you think of these movies. What's on your watch list for 2026? Yeah. Like, subscribe. I upload every Tuesday. And we'll talk soon. Peace.